we are making pumpkin muffins today. Went to pumpkin patch last weekend and Sammy painted this super cute pumpkin. This is not the one we're using today. I have pumpkin puree in the fridge. Let us get right into the muffins, and I'm also going to show you how to make them plain and how to make like pumpkin cream cheese muffins as well. You have to see this reveal. It is beautiful. Gonna be in half spelt flour and half organic white. I just want to make sure that these muffins have a bit more fiber in them. And using a scale will always be the best way to measure your flour. Measure all the ingredients actually. And there you go. Now I don't have too much flour, just a little bit more. Always gonna be the best way to measure all the ingredients. You're gonna use a lot less measuring cups, etc. And it will always be precise. This is our baking powder and our baking soda. I'm gonna add in salt now as well. I'm just gonna sift everything in now. And sifting, of course, just gives it a really nice lift. We're also gonna sift in our pumpkin pie spice and our cinnamon. It's gonna give the muffins a really nice flavor and spice to it. And you can always add more of this if you want. And now we're just gonna do our dry ingredients. This is actually a really easy recipe, really quick. You don't need a stand mix or anything. You can just literally use a bowl and a whisk. Okay, now we're gonna mix our sugar, pumpkin, and oil. If you have a stand mixer or a hand mixer, this would be a real good place to do it, but I do wanna show you that you don't need it. I prefer using oil here instead of butter because one, it's more cost friendly, but also it just creates a much moister muffin. All right, so I'm just gonna do this by hand to show you that you can do it by hand. Like I said, if you have a hand mixer, definitely a good place to use it, but if you just don't feel like dirtying anything up, it's totally fine as well. Normally by mixer, I would do this for about like 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm gonna do this for maybe just like 4, but you really just want that sugar to dissolve as much as possible into the pumpkin and for the oil, just for everything to kind of emulsify together as well. All right, we're back from our arm workout, and I'm gonna add in the milk and vanilla extract, and then we're gonna add in all our dry ingredients. This is definitely my soapbox, but again, I will say for the millionth time, highly recommend getting a scale. It's just gonna make baking so much faster, so much smoother, and a whole lot less dishes to wash as well. I will say, I always measure this by heart. All right, we're gonna add our dry ingredients into our wet, and then we're gonna switch to a spatula now. And then we're just gonna fold it in. We do not want to mix this too much because after all of that, we might end up with tough muffins, which we definitely don't want. So you're just going gently like this, scraping the sides to make sure that everything is combined. So our batter is finished, so we could just add them in like this. These are absolutely delicious as is, but I want to show you a couple variations. So we're gonna do a cream cheese filling and like a streusel topping on some of them, just to kind of show you like the variations that you can do. You can make them plain like this and it'll come together like super quickly. This is your reminder that you can make powdered sugar at home for free, basically, with the sugar that you have at home. And I will make sure that that video is linked in the description box as well. But yeah, just a reminder that it also holds. I've had this for a while and it keeps like all the things. Gonna do a quarter cup of powdered sugar. Again, definitely recommend sifting this. I was supposed to half this and I completely forgot, so I'm just gonna add in everything. This is actually not my favorite vegan cream cheese to use for this, but it's the only one I could get today, so it will work. I just find that it gets a little grainy. I definitely recommend using the Keitel one if you can find it. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract. I actually don't want too much here. And I'm using vanilla paste, but extract works just as fine. I just really love seeing the vanilla throughout. This is not gonna be the easiest without a hand mixer, but I am determined to show you maybe this is not the right whisk, but we will get another whisk. Okay, we're back with a spatula. And this is probably gonna work better here anyway, because at this point we're really just trying to blend it. All right, perfect. And we're gonna add this into our muffins now. Okay, I got these adorable liners, so I wanted to try them today. And I have a previous video where I also show you how to make them. It's actually pretty easy to do. Okay, so we're just gonna scoop all of our muffin batter in pretty equally, as equal as possible. Sometimes I don't get this perfect anyway, and then I have to just like scoop from others. Smooth out this batter. I'm gonna do 5 with the cream cheese and 5 a nice little streusel topping. And I did want to show you that the easiest way to get frosting or whatever into your piping bag is just to put it in a tall glass. You just wanna use this. It's gonna be the easiest and most mess-free way to get your filling inside of your piping bag. And then we're just gonna, I cannot find any of my tips, so we're just gonna wing it. It's gonna work. Just like that, perfect. The best way for us to do this, we are going to push our tip. Don't push it to the bottom because then we're gonna get filling all over the bottom. Maybe like a little bit more than halfway down, squeeze it in, and then we're gonna pull all the way to the top. So we're gonna push in and just start to squeeze out. Come all the way up. And there we go on top. That was so easy and pretty. And we're just gonna repeat the rest. Being left-handed and feeling called to constantly shoot on my left side is quite an experience. So again, we go in, we're not going to the bottom, we're going about midway, and we're just squeezing up. So on these, I am going to add pumpkin seeds, pepitas, and then on these, and then I'm gonna add just a little bit of streusel, and then we're gonna add water into these two. That's not only gonna help to prevent them burning, it's just gonna give the muffins a beautiful rise because of creating more steam in the oven. I have my flour, I'm using spelt flour, my cane sugar, my cinnamon, and some vegan butter. And then we're just gonna literally use a fork and just start blending everything together. You really want to make sure it's still a little crumbly. You don't want it to be a scenario of just like a paste. So don't blend it too much. It should be like a happy crumble. At this point, the muffins are begging me to go in the oven. So I see that's a little bit too pasty for me. All right, perfect. It doesn't matter that much. They're still gonna taste delicious. Boom, boop. There's kind of no point in leaving these two plain, but you can go on the blog. They're so beautiful plain as well. You don't have to add anything. And by the way, when you guys leave comments, it helps me a lot too, because maybe someone will say, oh, I used your streusel, because this is actually from my apple streusel muffins, this streusel. And it helps, because I'm like, oh wait, that's such a good idea. So thank you. You give me a lot of ideas as well. Okay, now we're just gonna add pepitas to these, and then we're gonna put these in the oven finally. Beautiful. Let's add our water in. All right, we're gonna do at 425 for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna lower temperature for the rest of the way. It's gonna help us to get really nice muffins that rise beautifully. Just like as a super quick tip, I always forget to come back after the 5 minutes. So just set your timer for 5 minutes, or like your oven for 5 minutes, and then come back, turn the oven down. Of course, like it's not gonna immediately drop, but it should kill some of the heat so that your muffins don't burn or scorch or anything like that. But we just want that initial puff for the baking powder and the baking soda to kind of just rise and expand. And then that's just gonna help us with the beautiful like baker style muffins that we're chasing. I'm gonna do the responsible thing and clean up my mess. Beautiful. You have to see this reveal. It is beautiful. Wow, look at that. What a pretty reveal. Oh, I'm excited. And unfortunately I took off my mic and I completely forgot to put it back on. But as you can see from my reactions, I was over the moon about the texture of these muffins. Fluffy, moist, and delicious, and the streusel topping perfectly complemented the muffins. The cream cheese filling was the perfect texture. So this brand actually worked out really well. I love them both. I think they both taste amazing. It's really just up to your preference. I highly recommend these muffins for an easy dessert option at Thanksgiving or any holiday party. And I hope you love this video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!